Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Barb and Star Go to Vista Del Mar. And I remember when this trailer dropped last year, and they have like the little chubby Asian kid riding on the bike and lip syncing, like really getting into it, delivering the papers, and then they don't even show Barb and Star's faces. It's just their wigs and them moving their hands and their feet in sync together and like moving their shoulders, and just it turns into this zany, colorful, vibrant, over the top trailer, and you're just like, what is this? This looks like a bunch of fun. And of course it gets pushed back like everything else, and then Valentine's Day weekend, Barb and Star's coming out, and I got an early screener a couple days early, and this movie was a lot of fun. Is it a hot mess? Yeah, kinda, but it's a lot of fun. And you have Kristen Wiig and her writing partner Annie Mumolo, who wrote Bridesmaids together, come back again writing this film. And the trailer doesn't give away, or at least that original trailer, I haven't watched anything of it since, but what is this film about? And you have the synopsis: lifelong friends Barb and Star embark on an adventure of a lifetime when they decide to leave their small Midwestern town for the first time ever. So yeah, that is true. These two, the place that they work at shuts down. They get barred from their little talking group because they lied. And what do? They get up and go to Florida and go to Vista Del Mar. And they arrive in this vibrant, crazy musical number, and then they realize they're at the hotel and not the motel. They got in the motel, and they're trying to enjoy this Florida life and being in the sun and everything. But here's the thing. What's really going on in this film? What if I were to tell you that at the beginning, that chunky little Asian kid turns out to be planning a bomb to blow up the home of a scientist who's working for like this parody of a Bond villain who looks really familiar. Just gonna leave it at that. Whose hubby is Jamie Dornan, and this villain, she wants to sick a bunch of like deadly mosquitoes on Vista Del Mar. But why? You'll find out watching this film, and you're just like, this feels like a James Bond parody and she's like, nobody can stop me. And it's, of course, Barb and Star are going to stop her. We could all agree that that's what you expect to happen, right? So you have these two doing their crazy thing, and just so happens Jamie Dornan's the one who's sent to do this mission and set things up, and he falls for Star, played by Kristen Wiig. And you have all the zaniness of the banter between Wiig and Mumolo. Wiig is fantastic in this film. She is charming, she's funny, she does that physical gag, she's actually a little bit sexy in trying to seduce Jamie Dornan's character. And, they have some interesting chemistry. The plot does fall into a lot of rom-com tropes towards the center of the film, and it's just like, it doesn't feel like it's as unique and crazy and weird and quirky as it was at one point, but it still throws in quite a few gags. It has funny musical numbers. Jamie Dornan kills this one musical number that he has. It's absolutely hilarious. It's like spoofing those like obnoxious 90s and early 2000s music videos. And because everybody had to be in like the desert or on a beach or something, thong song. And then you have all of these moving pieces going along. Everybody's hitting some solid comedic beats or really funny comedic beats. Damon Wayans Jr. plays this weird character who just has this running gag of like, he's supposed to be this mysterious guy, but always gives out way too much information to people about himself. And you have Wiig, who's anchoring this whole thing, and Mumolo as well, right there with her. Whether they're getting drugged and getting really drunk one night and partying and having a threesome, and then trying to stop this craziness happening. The plot is a little absurd and silly, and didn't really buy in too much on it. It just like seemed like a overly stuffed, overly complex parody of like a Bond movie combined with like this rom-com and all these different moving pieces, but it's so zany and quirky and vibrant and fun and made me laugh. And I think that's the most important thing by the end. Greenbaum, who's the director here, brings a vibrance, brings energy to the film. It is an hour and 47 minutes and probably could have been trimmed a bit. There's definitely some scenes that feel weird and out of place. Like Andy Garcia makes a strange cameo. There's this weird running gag of like these really famous people like popping up, or at least people pretending to be famous people. Like Morgan Freeman's a crab and he has this whole entire monologue thing. It's just like, what's going on here? I see the absurdity and the absurdist nature of the humor that they're trying to go for, but it just felt like a bit much at times. But in the end, I feel like Barb and Star Go to Vista Del Mar is a zany and silly and just a funny time, and I had a blast. So I think that's what matters most, and I think you will too. But those are my thoughts on Barb and Star Go to Vista Del Mar. Say that like 10 times fast. But those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.